Alright, so section 3.4 is more on slope, more on lines. This is going to be all parallel perpendicular lines. So remember that parallel lines have the same slope. If two lines have the same slope, they're parallel, they're never going to intersect. Two lines are vertical and have undefined slopes, then they're also parallel. And if two lines are horizontal and have zero slope, they're parallel. So any two lines with the same slope are parallel, and that means that they're never going to intersect. Alright, so they want us to write the equation of a line that goes through the point -2,5 and is parallel to this equation. Well, if this line has a slope of 3, then my parallel slope is also 3. And so then they also gave us a point. Alright, they asked us for point slope form and slope intercept form. Well, point slope form is where I have to start anyway. So y minus 5 equals 3. And then x minus -2, so plus 2. So that's point slope form. So to get slope intercept form, we're going to distribute the 3 and add the 5. And we are done. Alright, so pause, try this one, play, see how you did. Alright, so if my line has a slope of 2, or their line has a slope of 2, my line that's parallel also has a slope of 2. And they told us to use the 0.5 again. So point slope form says we're going to do y minus the y they gave us equals the slope they gave us times x minus the x they gave us. So that's point slope form. To get slope intercept form, we distribute and add the constant. Alright, perpendicular lines are two lines that intersect to form right angles. They're going to have slopes that are negative reciprocals. If you multiply their slopes together, you would get -1. Remember that horizontal lines have zero slope. Perpendicular to that would be a vertical line whose slope is undefined, which makes sense because if something has a slope of 0, it means it's like 0 over a number. So if I do the reciprocal of that, I'm going to be undefined. Alright, so from the slope of any line perpendicular to this line. Alright, now this line, if you think about getting y by itself, you're going to move x to the other side and then divide by the y. So to get the slope, you do the opposite. Remember, this is called general form. So slope, when you're looking at general form, is the opposite of the x, so opposite of a, divided by the number with the y. Remember, that's because we're going to subtract this term and then divide by this to get y by itself. So we can always say the slope looks like this. Hold on, my refrigerator cut off, so my board went away from it. I'm going to wait on my little cursor to come back. There it is. Alright, so for this line, it has a slope of -1 over 3. So the slope of a line perpendicular to it, you flip it and change the sign. So +3, or +3 over 1, which is just +3. Alright. Pause, try these, come back and see how you did. Alright, so this has a slope of 2. That's like 2 over 1. So the perpendicular slope would be -1 over 2. This one, we have a slope of -4 over 7. So the perpendicular would be +7 over 4. Alright, so now can you write the equation of a line that goes through -2, -6 and is perpendicular to this line? Alright, so this line has a slope of -1/3. So my line has a slope of 3. And we're going to use -2, -6. Alright, they want the equation in general form. So we have to start with point slope form because that's what they gave us. So that would be +6, right? Minus the -6. And then equals 3. That would be minus -2, so +2. All right, so to get to general form from point slope, we still have to distribute, but we want everything on the same side equal to 0. And I still prefer that x is positive, so I'm going to move these over here. So I'm going to subtract y and subtract 6. So we have 3x minus y, and those 6's cancel out. So that is our general form. All right, pause, try it, play, and see how you did. All right, so this line has a slope of -2. So my line will have a slope of positive 1/2, and they gave us the point -130. So point slope form is going to be that. All right, so to get general form, we are going to, actually, general form doesn't have fractions usually. So I'm going to multiply by 2 first. I'm going to call this 2y minus 6 equals x plus 1, but I no longer need those parentheses. All right, so just to backtrack for a second. I did times 2 so that this would become a 1. So I just had to times both of these by 2, like this whole side by 2. Okay, so now I want everybody on the same side, and since x is positive, I'm going to move these over there with it. So subtract the 2y, add the 6. So 0 is equal to x minus 2y plus 7. All right, so that's all for this lesson. Here's your assignment. Again, please let me know if you have questions. Send me an email. That's the easiest way for me to know that you asked a question. Do your assignment, take a picture, and you can email that to me. All right, that's it. Let me know if you have questions.